You will come through doorways that you didn't even know were there. See something unbelievable. But you have to believe it because it's right there in front of your eyes.
I didn't write a script, I'm sorry! Okay, not really. But I really didn't know how to script this review for the simple reason the short in question is in Spanish and the DVD I got it came from Germany. Meaning the subtitles were all German and I can speak neither Spanish nor German. I have an easier time understanding German but not to any meaningful extent. So, I really didn't know how to write this script. And I did try finding subtitles online, and there were plenty of English language subtitles of English subtitles for the English parts of VHS Viral. But they didn't have them for this specific short. And I've no idea why. If anyone knows, if anyone can correct this, as you are assured in place in heaven. Because I couldn't do it. I just... What can I tell you? I can't do a proper review if I can't understand what they're saying, and I can't understand they're saying if I don't speak Spanish or German. So I'm gonna be doing a different type of review this time. I am going to do a typical... I am going to do a good old-fashioned reaction review. Unscripted, just in real time. I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna watch the film. You will hear it, you won't see it. Except the bits I might edit in because I need them for a reaction, but... This will definitely be the low point of this project, but... It is what it is. I have seen the short before, and and at that time I did have English subtitles. I don't know where I saw it or where I got the subtitles from, but I have seen it once, and I know the basic gist of it. A scientist manages to build a portal to a parallel universe in his basement, you know, as you do, and then he and his parallel self both decide to explore one another's universe, to, you know, see the differences and whatnot. And, well, it's called Parallel Monsters for a reason. Let's get to it. Hey, what do you think you're doing? I'm the one critiquing. I should be the one taking notes. ¿Qué pasa? I understood that. He's asking how she's doing. In Dexter's Lab! I think. I don't know why that was the first thing that sprung to mind, but... Oh my god, he invented a mirror! I like that little detail, the fact that they, because they're so similar to one another, they had to, you know, decide who went first. But at the same time, if their brains work identically, then how did one act differently from another? Then again, it is supposed to be an alternate universe, so I guess one had to be different from another. And not to mention, maybe there is some subtle human connection thing going on here where they could connect Hannah and react to one another instead of just mirroring one another. I don't know. But it's fun. doesn't seem at all nefarious. No, no. Okay, now I want one with them side by side. I will say, even without that effect, without them standing next to one another, this still must have been a pain in the ass to film. I mean, you know how... You know how The Matrix had a million different takes where Smith... what's his name? I can't remember the actor's name. Where the actor had to do 1,000 different takes to do 1,000 different iterations of Smith. And then they all spliced them together. I thought that was hard work, but honestly... Okay, maybe this... Maybe that would be harder simply because there'd be more takes, but... Still. I love how the first thing they decide to do is leave one another, and you know, and hey, how are our places different? And you could talk, you know, I don't know, is that a lost? Actually, me saying that talking is a lost ability. Well, you're here. Okay, a picture of a bloody pentagram with a ritual thingamajig and what looked like a bag of organs or blood in the middle. That's not ominous at all. Especially considering it was supposed to be a picture of their wedding photo in this reality. Dude, get back here, please! Fancy. Oh, hello, pretty lady. Okay, I swear I'm not your husband. I admit it. Ooh, spicy evening time. Nice. Awkward. Okay, so alternate wife is a hot wife? Oh my god, it's embarrassing. I don't know the difference between hot wife and cock queen now that I think about it. Pretty sure it's hot wife when it's consensual, when they're both aware of it, but I may be wrong. And if I am... fuck me. But there are better ways to find out your marriage is in trouble than finding your alternate wife is a hot wife. And oh, dude, you're gonna seduce your, well, essentially your twin brother's wife. Not cool. Where did I find my porn tape? Dude, it isn't your wife, it's the other guy's wife. And there is a bag of meat elevated above candles, while moaning women's sound is juxtaposed over a picture of a burning carcass. And you weren't supposed to be there. Even the wife said that you're not supposed to be there. You can't leave. You can't leave and return to the guy who belongs here. You know, the guy you left alone with your wife. That guy. Leave. Fuck no. The guy taking pictures of your wife because I'm guessing he's gonna do stuff. See? You ruined the evening for everyone. See? Now you sit there in the shame corner and you have to talk about a relationship that you know nothing about, even if it mirrors your own. I actually do want to know what whatever ritual was going on here would have amounted to. I mean, plastic melts, you put it over a candle, but the candles are surrounding it, so is it just supposed to be ritualistic? And if so, are you gonna cut the bag open and smear yourself with what's in it? Or are you gonna eat it? You're gonna put it places? I wanna know! I have a morbid fascination. Oh god. Oh god, the sky trumpets. It's such an overused trope. Fuck Inception for inventing it. So... Okay, the Petrine blimp is new. I haven't seen that before. Oh, things about to be bad. What? Oh. What the fuck? Okay, dude. You are visiting here and you just stabbed a man in the dick. Not cool. Oh, hey, wife. Alternate wife. In this dimension of genital dentals.
¿Has estado grabando para nosotros? Pasa.
Dude, don't do that. Oh no. Oh no, what did they do to her? What did he do to her? Heard about that. Oh, he too have nice pick. Cool. Very nice little detail that. Well, it's good of you to realize that neither of you belong here. Oh.
Ejercer mi derecho a ejecutar la ley sobre violencia de género en espacio doméstico.
I think we found a new level of marriage problems right here.
Martha!
Dude?
Martha!
Dude, your wife, she, oh look, she's alive. And I wonder what the hell happened to her. I mean, I feel like if this went where I thought it would go, there'd be a much bigger blood spatter at her front. Okay, so that was Parallel Monsters, and I liked it. As I said before, I've watched it once with subtitles before, so I know the basic gist of what was going on, but I don't know the details. I'd like to know the details because I'd like to extrapolate some kind of meaning. I'd like to put some kind of story together, something to, you know, make it right, but what can I say? What can I say? the most interesting thing that strikes me is the, well, obviously the parallels between the two worlds. I'm not just talking about the similarity. I'm not just talking about how they were essentially mirror images of one another, with one being monstrous in some kind of strange way, teratophilic, I suppose you'd call it. Actually, no. No, I know you don't call it that. Teratophilic is something completely different. I am teratophilic. What I was talking about is the parallels within the story. What happened to, well, I suppose, our version of the guy also happened to his alternate version. Both of them... the difference would be... The difference would be the alternate version instigated sex and the other one interrupted sex. But both of them amounted to pretty much the same thing. A domestic dispute which led to violence, horrible death, and, well, domestic abuse. And both of them arrived back in one another's world, and both of them got dealt in a very similar way by both of their spouses. That, I think, is very interesting because, I don't know, how do I put it? They were the worlds had different aspects, but they amounted to the same thing. Their world was dark, violent, and depraved in some kind of infernal way that I don't fully understand. Maybe it was a world where hell instead of heaven took the world. Hell, where we aspire towards that, and demons are walk among us instead of angels, and I don't know, something like that. Their traditions, their culture, and all of that, it was different, it was depraved from our point of view, but they still amounted to the same thing. There was sex, there was love, and there was the way you express love, which is sex, of course, but there was also, both of them had marriage problems, both of them handled one another's situation poorly because they were so different. Both of them amounted to the same thing. It's definitely interesting to see the parallels between what happened despite the worlds being different in such a significant way. Other than that, I'm not entirely sure about the acting in this movie, in this short, for the simple reason I don't know Spanish. I don't know how convincingly these people deliver their lines. I suppose I'd believe them, but at the same time, I don't know. You know how Japanese people don't actually sound like anime, but some anime voice actors are still considered better than others, even though they go out of their way to be freaking annoying most of the time. It's sort of like that. Maybe they are great actors, or maybe they're not. Either way, I can't tell. But I suppose I was willing to accept their performances. It was decent, I suppose. I mean, I liked it. I liked it. About the acting itself, I don't know. It felt it felt staged. Obviously, it felt contrived. It felt pornographic, honestly, in how one situation led pretty much exactly to where you think it would once the nature of the thing was established. But yeah, they gave it their all, I suppose. Special effects, pretty good. And especially the thing with the faces, I'm not entirely sure how they did that. I think maybe it was CGI coupled with coupled with a some kind of device to shine a light from the actors' faces, because you could see in the hair and other things that they definitely were giving off a light. It wasn't just added in a computer. Beyond that, I suppose face masks with some kind of illumination effect on them. Either way, it looked pretty freaking... well, it looked kind of silly, it looked kind of creepy. It felt a lot like looking at a human head turned into a jack-o'-lantern. And whether you find that creepy or funny, I suppose it's up to you. I think I find it more funny than not. But still, it was a really cool effect. Practical effects, not very good. Very plasticky, but the ideas, I suppose, were disturbing, especially when you start to consider how it's supposed to all work together, which I will be exploring in personal erotic writings later this evening. But it didn't look very real. It was more the idea of it that was disturbing, which I suppose describe most entertaining horror movies now that I think about it. What else? Actually, you know what? I think that's it. Parallel Monsters, very nice little short. Not the best special effects. Decent acting, enjoyable plot, and a very interesting little Easter egg how both stories paralleled one another in their own way. Yeah, I enjoyed it, and it was a nice little short that I wish I could show you more of, but free. The camera stopped recording. Freak! But I was just summarizing it anyway, so meh. Thank you all for watching. I'll be Call Scratches, and I'll hopefully be back with a proper review tomorrow. Provided I'm not kept away from the computer for too long. See you then.